Good morning and welcome.
Well, I'm going to start and just do the welcome while we wait for Lori to take her position. So my name is Gwen Valentine, and I currently serve as what am I? I am the president of the Leadership Council here at CSL Visalia, and I just want to welcome everybody that's here today, and I want to welcome anyone who's watching us online. These doors are open to you, and we invite everyone to come and join us. Everyone is welcome. Thank you so much. Lori?
So excited about the Come On In song. I didn't get my iPad going, so I got to make sure that the slides are up so I can read them to you, okay? All right, so CSL is engaged in our community, and we're happy to do so. And right now, we have quite a few things going on. I'm going to try to zip through these announcements because Brianna is here today, and she's got wonderful speech and message for us today. So we appreciate that, Brianna. So we have bring in your perishable protein containers. Non-perishable, thank you, ladies. Non-perishable, I was getting to the protein part of that. Okay, so we have a box right here, and Bev is in charge of that. So let me just take a quick look. So we have chicken breast, we have extra noodles, we have some chili. So I think the chicken and the tuna and the beans are a really good way to go, you know. So the box is right here. Please, when you come into the church, bring one or two items, and Bev will give that to Food Link. Next. All right. This Friday, Celebration of Art by the Visalia Art League. So this is a beautiful slide right here. And Donna did this slide. She's out for a little vacation, so that's why I'm taking her spot, okay? But it says art in many mediums by 15 artists plus painting demonstrations. So the Brandon Mitchell Gallery has been here for many years, and we have partnered for many years with the Art League and Arts Visalia. Please put that on your calendar, and let's see what we got. All right, the baby contest. This is so fun. This is the last day. This is the last day, and Rita, she's got her cookies out there, and I was busy eating my cookie before I came up here too. So Rita's got some cookies back there, and it'll go to her granddaughter, Zara. We made good money here, $3,000 to date, and Gwen, of course, is the winner. There's no winner yet, Gwen? Oh, right, okay. Well, if you can beat Gwen by next week. I dare you. Let's do it. I dare you. Okay. All right, well, Snickers is up there, and Gwen's up there, and all those little pictures up there, we're grateful for the money that is going to be put to good use here at the center for our community, all for our community. All right, next. Ooh, I love this one. Peace Day. Peace Day celebration, Saturday, September 20th, 11 a.m. Center for Spiritual Living, right here at the center, 117 South Locust in Visalia. We have been inviting the churches in the area, all churches, all walks of life, and the goal is to come together and pray in your way of prayer and to build community for peace. So that's what we really want, right? We want a peaceful world. and we don't do that on the sidelines. So I hope that you'll engage with us and come with us on that day, and we'll fill the sanctuary with prayer, meditation, gratefulness, right here in Visalia. Amen. All right, next. Okay, well, my goodness, this is part of me, my family craft night. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. But right now, we're supporting the Peace Day event, okay? So if you see over here, those people in the sanctuary, this is so cute. We did such a good job on last Wednesday. So we got our little peace signs, and we're going to give those away, okay? We're going to give them away on the day, and we really love that idea. So a little crafty, there we go. There's the peace signs. Yep, September 20th, craft night, and that's going to be September 10th. We need everybody's hands to make lots of peace signs, and that's it for that day. Okay, see, I told you there's a lot of... Last but not least, okay? So dear Clark has been a member for a very long time. And he's my age, by the way. We're the same age, so I have some affinity for him, other than he's very funny as well. Funny, smart, and he's going away. He's going to live in France. Oh my gosh. What a dream come true for Clark. Right, Clark? Okay. So that is our potluck farewell, and next Sunday, is that right? Next Sunday, okay? Let's not get the dates confused. Next Sunday. And so anyway, let's say farewell to him, give him a big hug before he crosses the pond, okay? And we'll see him on Facebook, I'm sure. All right, last one. Carol is doing... the Explorers group today. And she said, it doesn't matter how many are here, wherever two or more are gathered, that's where peace and God is, right? So she will be here after service at 12:30, and they're going to be talking about Deepak Chopra, the future of God. All right, anything else? One more? No, that's it. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lori. Good morning, everyone. So now we're going to read our mission statement. And if you all read with me. Center for Spiritual Living Visalia is the place everyone comes together, connecting in love and learning how to create abundant, joyful, and peaceful lives. Okay. All right, and we're going to have our first song, Fly Like an Eagle.
On slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I wanna fly like an eagle till I'm free, oh Lord, through the revolution. Feed the babies who don't have enough to eat. Shoe the children with no shoes on their feet. Hey, house the people living on the street. Oh, there's a solution. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like till I'm free. Fly through the revolution. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. And time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Do 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 do. Oh, I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Fly through the revolution, and I wanna fly like an eagle till I'm free. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly. Fly right into the future. Do 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 do.
All right. Thank you. That was wonderful. Okay. Now we have Science of Mind statements, 12 of them, that we say every month. And we pick one. And so please read with me what we believe. We believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is a law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind which receives the direct impress of our thought and acts upon it. And so it is. Okay. All right. Thank you. Next, I'm going to introduce the DEI team for diversity today. That's you, Carol? Okay. Carol, and who else? Bobby? Okay, there you go.
So, I have the honor of working with some really dedicated people, and our topic today is one dear to our hearts because it's about recognizing Elder Abuse Awareness Month, which actually passed us by a few months back. It was the month of June. So I can read what I have here to share with you. June was World Elder Abuse Awareness Month, and observances were held in both Tulare and Kings County. It was launched on June 15th in 2006 by the International Network for the Prevention of Elder Abuse and the World Health Organization of the United Nations. So it's bigger than this community. Each year, an estimated 5 million older people in the United States are abused, neglected, or exploited. To remember those who have suffered that form of abuse, the Tulare County HSA, I think that's Health, you figure it out, I'm sorry, and county officials planted purple flags on the lawn at Tulare County Government Plaza in Visalia. So for the entire month of June, those purple flags flew. Elder abuse is a single or repeated set single or repeated act that results in harm or distress to an older person, such as financial abuse, psychological abuse, physical, or neglect of any kind. So it is our hope to prevent abuse so that our elders can maintain their independence and their ability to live in the world without stress. There are some wonderful videos online. If you Google elder abuse, and then there's some very short explanations of how you can recognize elder abuse and how you can go about getting help for the person. My personal concern about elder abuse is in this current mood of governmental control or lack thereof. There is a move afoot by some to privatize Social Security. Social Security is something that nurtures so many of our seniors who've they've paid into it for their whole lives. And so it behooves us to keep our eyes wide open and make sure that that does not happen and that Social Security can continue for all of our elders. I would like now, let's see, is Bonnie coming next or Bobby? Bobby.
Good morning. This is going to be short. I think Carol covered some of the areas that I was going to, but that's fine. I wanted to mention that elder abuse is greatly underreported. So whatever statistics just cover a fraction of what actually is going on. In some of my research, I found a website which people, if they're interested, can look up, and I'll be happy to give it to anyone. Since scamming and internet abuse is so rife, so popular, there is the AARP Fraud Watch Network, aarp.org/fraud. And I'll be happy to give that to anyone who is interested. And there's also a hotline number. So thank you.
Good morning. Okay, I'm going to expand a little bit on the topic, but seniors and elders are certainly a subset of this. I am basing my presentation today from data provided by the website myamericannurse.com, Racial Disparities in Healthcare American Nurse Journal. I will be citing a case study written by Dr. Bridget Bronner, a nurse professor. In it, problems are addressed as points or fundamental underlying ways to handle these issues and are as given antidotes. I suggest that you try to put yourself in the shoes of the subject of the case study. Okay. The subject of the case study was a 45-year-old African-American man named Anthony. This occurred in the early 2020s. He was having symptoms of low-grade fever, dry cough, and general fatigue. But he did not want to go in to be seen because on a previous occasion, when he visited a healthcare facility, because he had some cholesterol issues, he had an experience that was negative. He was told to lay off fried foods, and that was it. He wasn't given the courtesy of being asked, do you eat fried foods? He was just told to lay off and then dismissed. So Dr. Brawley's point is, never make assumptions about health, dietary, or other practices based on race or other factors. And she points to unconscious bias. The person, the healthcare provider, unconsciously, perhaps in their brains, assumed that because this person was African American, they ate fried foods. They didn't ask, do you eat fried foods? They just assumed, made the assumption. And so this man left, Anthony left, and he was offended. He felt dismissed. And so he did not want to go back. However, he was sick this time. He had something wrong with him, and he needed to get checked out. So his wife said, go back. So he did. He went to a facility. And again, the person who took his history did not do a good job. Anthony went there seeking a COVID test, and yet was told that he didn't need one because he didn't meet the criteria. Again, it wasn't explained to him why he didn't meet the criteria. In the provider's mind, he didn't explain, but in the provider's mind, it was because that he assumed that Anthony had not traveled out of the country. But he did not ask him that question. Why did he not ask him that question? Because he assumed that he did not have the income to travel out of the country. And he assumed maybe he didn't have the interest to travel out of the country. And because Anthony was not asked the question, Anthony didn't remember to say, by the way, I met with my in-laws 2 weeks ago, and they returned from Venice, and they both had symptoms of colds when I met with them. So again, we have things falling through the cracks, important information falling through the cracks that go by the wayside. And this is what the doctor refers to as implicit bias. Is this provider an out-and-out racist? Does he belong to the Klan? Probably not. But somewhere in his mentality, he has some belief systems about people of a certain race that are interfering with his treatment of those people. Now, point 2, she says, never assume health risks based on race or other preconceived notions, such as stereotypes. Challenge colleagues who do so. We never want to let what we think is going on with a patient cloud our judgment or keep us from doing a thorough workup. Race has nothing to do with it. Okay. Now, Anthony's health continued to decline very quickly. And despite many phone calls to different facilities, Anthony's wife could not convince anyone that her husband was extremely sick and was not improving on the antibiotics. Oh, he had been given antibiotics for bronchitis. Okay? She was told to just continue until the treatment kicked in. On the 5th day, she finally called an ambulance. And of course, she couldn't go to the hospital because of the COVID lockdown situation. She didn't know if she was going to see her husband again. Anthony's lungs were filled with pneumonia. Once he got to the hospital, he coded, stopped breathing. When he was revived, he was put on a ventilator. And finally, he was tested for COVID, and he was positive. Point 3 here, nurses are supposed to be patient advocates, whether face-to-face, over the phone, or online, etc. No patient or patient's family member should have their requests and concerns minimized or completely ignored. Anthony and his wife begged and pleaded for him to be tested for COVID and got nowhere. Anthony's story did change, however. An innovative nurse who apparently was an advocate for all of her patients realized that Anthony was a good candidate. This is while he's in the hospital on the ventilator, for some of the newer protocols for COVID-19. And she began treating Anthony with first one and then another. And he showed improvement. Eventually, he came off the ventilator. Within a short time, he was able to go home, and he fully recovered and became one of the lucky 10% of those who survive COVID after having been on a ventilator. So, thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. Very enlightening information there. Thank you for that. Okay, now it's time to have our congregational song. Oh, okay. All right, you're on. Okay.
Piali, Piali. More than hello, it means I carry you in my heart. That's Nawa. My great-grandfather on my father's side would say, Lios em chanyavu, which means Creator, bless you. Thank you, Carol, Bonnie, Bobby, for that introduction and a very important topic. You've seen me do the 4 directions a couple of times. To the east, we honor the men here, the men in our lives. To the west, the women here and in our lives. To the south, the children and the child inside of us. And to the north, the elders and ancestors. Well, today I want to give a special emphasis for our elders. We will call our ancestors in. One of the families that I'll be honoring has some Chumash ancestry. So I'm just going to do one verse of a Chumash welcoming song. Hey, 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 andua. 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 Hey, andua. Hey, andua. Thank you. I found two on the medicine wheel teachings that honor the seasons of life. The Nawa one, or you might know as Aztec, we called ourselves Mexica, goes from 0 to 13 years old. And then the next one is 14 to 26 is the youth and the adult. A young adult, the adults go from 27 to 51, and the elders are 52 and over. So I just joined the elder group. Prior to that, I was dubbed a yelder, a young elder. I looked at the average life expectancies on the basis of gender and race. And in the United States, women outlive men on average, I think, because we're bigger risk takers, unfortunately. But Asian men lived up to the age of 83 and women to 89. White or Caucasian, the men up to age 76 and the women to 81. The Hispanic Latino population, men up to 77 and the women 82. Lower, the African Americans, the men up to 70 years old and the women 74. And the Native Americans had the lowest life expectancy, with the men only living to the age of 65 and the women to 72. And that's from the Center for Disease Control 2021-2022. Notice the disparities. Bonnie gave a good example. And there's a variety of reasons to include social determinants of health that attribute to that. All the more reason that we do make sure that we honor our elders, because tomorrow is not promised. We just lost one of my elders. His name is Pete Baca. And he just turned 70, and I would go up to his place for sweat lodge. And so with his loss is a lot of songs, a lot of storytelling and ceremony, the way he would run sweat lodge, storytelling, drumming, a whole lot of, he was a gourd dancer. And we went up there and we lit fire for 4 days straight and ran sweat lodge 4 days in a row. And when we were done, we burned down his sweat lodge and retired it to send him in the best way as possible. And a good example of us taking good care of our elders, because he was lower income, we pulled together and we raised enough money for his cremation. His daughter gifted many, because he wanted his tools to continue to be used. So his drum and eagle fan went to Rick Torres, and so he's going to build a sweat lodge in Pete's name and run it for a year in his honor. And she gifted me his regalia for gourd and Apache dance. And so I promised to honor him, to continue ceremony, drum, song, dance, storytelling, from his teachings. So I called my elder, the other Rick, Slick Rick, for some guidance on this presentation, and he was so humble. He was like, I'm nobody, but he also runs Sweat Lodge. He's a Vietnam veteran. I honor him. And we just did sweat on his land last month to raise awareness for the missing and murdered Indigenous women. I know many of you have come to love and respect me for my honesty. I know a lot of the history that I share isn't always pleasant, but it's some of the pain that we've survived, the traumas, and it's important that we heal ourselves and heal each other on that journey. And that's one of the things I love about Rick, is when he holds buffalo medicine. He's a sun dancer. And that is very powerful and can be dangerous medicine, a lot like the bear medicine. But buffalo medicine, it speaks for a lot of the things we don't talk about. Suicide, drug addiction, domestic violence, a lot of those painful things, sexual abuse. And so he's always, praying for some of the most damaged in our society. And so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss any important points. And he reminded me the difference between the elderly and an elder. And when I was young, I was taught to respect my elders, and sometimes it can be difficult when you see them doing things that in your heart you know are not right. They're still in active alcoholism, drug addiction, they're being abusive to their children, their partners, and the people around them. And he says, those aren't elders, they're just old. There's a difference, versus some of the elders I see here that I can turn to anyone here, young and old, for wisdom, for guidance, for love and direction. He says that it's important that we work on our traumas to heal ourselves and each other if we are going to take on that work in community and ceremony. Pete had taught us that his grandfather ran ceremony in secret, as did he, because it wasn't until 1978. For about 150 years, our drum, song, dance, regalia ways were outlawed, and we were punished by beatings, imprisonment, and death if we were caught practicing our spirituality. And so he carried it in secret for many years until 1978, when President Carter finally passed the American Indian Freedom of Religion Act. Likewise, I have a friend in Arizona, his name's Waylon, and I was sharing with him that I welcome everyone on my drums to include the big drums. Some groups don't. It's men only, and the women are behind them on the rattles. And he said, well, Tino, on our reservation, the men are lost, and they're incarcerated, and they're addicted, and they've left the reservation. And if it weren't for the women who picked up the drum and kept it alive and taught the children, then we would have lost it. And so we honor our elders, we honor the women, we honor everybody who kept this alive. I've had the honor to participate in several elder gatherings, another good example of how we take care of our elders and honor our elders, everywhere from Mount Madonna up in Santa Clara to the Thule Reservation up the mountain past Springville around Porterville. And we presented Yaqui deer dance, Aztec dance, drums, songs, and food to honor our elders. We mention their names, and we honor those who have made their spiritual journey to the other side. I spoke with Bobby Vaughn Martin yesterday and let him know that I wanted to honor his work, and he's like, yes. And so he's an artist in Fresno. Please look him up, Bobby Vaughn Martin. He's on Facebook. And August 8th, they did an art show to honor the elders, and he did paintings of a whole family. Jennifer Malone here in Visalia teaches Wakchomni language. Darlene and Yannick Franco also carry drum, song, and the teachings here in the valley. And their family is Yolemni, Wakchomni, Waksachi, Tachi, and Chumash. That's why I began with a Chumash welcoming song. So I wanted to give thanks to him to honoring our elders in a very beautiful and meaningful way. My mom just had a birthday, so we had, threw a huge party, and just so many, people came. It was very evident how loved she is, and her name is Lupe Hernandez Saiz. I also want to honor my grandparents, Manuela and Epifano Hernandez, and Elva and Celestino Rayos Sr., And that's where I come from, the lines of Apache, Mexican, Yaqui, and French, Polish, Scottish, Irish, and I honor all my ancestors and relatives. My great-grandparents, Esther Hernandez on my mom's side and Mercedes Olvera Sanchez. Because of them, I am here, and because of me, they live on. At gatherings, it is often the grandchildren and even great-grandchildren who will make an offering plate for the ancestors. My children often will make those offering plates and will give it to the fire as an offering to the earth and to the ancestors. And they will also make plates for the elders, make sure that they are served first, that they eat first, that they're taken care of, that if it's hot out, that they're in the shade, that they're seated, and that they have everything that they need. Elders carry the wisdom of generations. We revere them and turn to them to learn our history, stories, recipes, languages, songs, and teach the teachings to keep them and our culture alive. Latinos and Native Americans are the last ones to place our elderly in nursing homes and often have extended families as we take care of them. Every ceremony, we honor the children, the women, the men, the ancestors, the earth and creator. Today, a special honoring to our elders and ancestors. One of our traditions in elder ceremony is gift giving to the eldest in the room. I think there's no question who that is here. How old is Maimi? 101. So Maimi is 101 years old. Let's honor her. $101.5. So she can wear this, or you can use it as an altar, however you see fit, but I just wanted to give that to her.
That's a gift. Say thank you. Say thank you.
You're welcome. Looks like it is. All right. The last thing I want to close with is an elder song. In fact, it was the last song that Pete gave me, and this is a Thule song from Mama Jenny. Well, oh, 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 well, oh. Well, oh, 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 well, oh. Aho, gracias, thank you, tlatzocamati, all my relations, because we are all related, and let us always remember to honor each other while we have each other, all ages, but this day especially our elders. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for this DEI presentation to Carol, to Bonnie, and to Bobby, and especially to Tino Reyes. That was very informative, and thank you for your presenting, your blessings that you presented. Very nice. And as a reminder for a very important subject that we need to be aware of. Okay, now we're going to have our congregational song with Hope Garcia as vocals and Chase Sanborn on piano. So let's see, what's the song? What?
Closer to the
Closer
light.
to the light. Okay, let's stand and sing along.
Oh, from day to day, it's so hard for me to say if the road that I'm on now will lead me to the right. But year to year, it becomes a bit more clear. Seems like I am getting closer to the light. When my burdens great, next page, upon the weight, and it seems like I'm surrounded by the night. Oh, well, I don't mind traveling along this darkened road if I'm traveling closer to the light. Every day I start with this compass in my heart, and it helps to keep the road within my sight. As I go forth, looking for magnetic north, seems like I am getting closer to the light. When my burden's great, so that I bend under the weight, and it seems like I'm surrounded by the night. Oh, well, I don't mind traveling on this darkened road if I'm traveling closer to the light. One more time. And when my burden's great, so that I bend under the weight, and it seems like I'm surrounded by the night. Well, I don't mind traveling along this darkened road if I'm traveling closer to the light.
Thank you. Okay. Well, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker for today, Brianna, hope I say this right, Englert? It's like England with an okay, Englert. Okay, well, here's Brianna.
I think this is,
It's not working.
I think it's on. Can everyone hear me? Okay, I think so. Perfect. Oh, perfect, thank you.
Put your arm through there. sorry, we're not getting your, so, a little box, turn it on. I think it is. That is on, okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay. Can we hear me? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm like, today we're talking about unconditional love. Woohoo! Okay. So, in order to do this properly, we need to understand that the very fabric of who we are and anyone is, actually all of there is, at the deepest level, is unconditional love. And it's the very thing that this universe is comprised of and the very essence of our truest being. Many of us have been conditioned to think that love must be conditional. I only love myself when I am this way, or I only love you when you are doing this. But that, my friends, is not love. That is control, and it comes out of a fear-based kind of thinking. But true love, the unconditional kind, is ultimately freedom in its finest form. To better understand this topic, we must ask ourselves the question, where this idea came from. What are we really afraid of when our partner is not doing what we want them to do? What are we hoping to gain by trying to smash our children's dreams by pushing our own onto them? And what is going on at the deepest levels of our psyches to think that we know what's best for our friends better than what they know for themselves? To answer this question appropriately, I will challenge each and every one of us to take off our ego's glasses and willingly see the relationships of our life through the lens of God's eye. Because you see, when we do that, we see the people in our lives that they are the greatest gift, and that the greatest gift we could ever offer them is their own free will or the power to choose what is best for themselves given the very unique moment in life that they are currently navigating through. So, with this in mind, we must ask another question. What do our attempts at control really do for us? The answer is nothing. Control is an illusion, and it is tied to fear, which is false evidence appearing real, and it is all fabricated by our mind and our ego in an attempt to make us feel safe, secure, and pretend like we have some sort of predictability in our lives. And guess what? As hard as it may be to comprehend, unconditional love does not care if someone is using drugs. It does not care if someone decides to walk away from you or rid you from their lives. And it does not care if your business partner wrongs you. Unconditional love has no bounds, and past the ego, past the mask that we put on throughout the day, unconditional love is the very essence of who you are and actually what anything is in this world. It is the very spark of the divine that resides within the very heart of your soul. And it is time that we all wake up and remember that that is all who we are at our very core. Earth really is just a school for learning, nothing more and nothing less. And in order to effectively learn while we are on this planet, we must make mistakes, struggle, and go through things because there is always a jewel found in every teardrop. And when we take a look around, we are sharing this planet with billions of other people. So who do you think would be our greatest lessons and teachers of all? None other than our fellow human beings acting as God in human form. You see, we all play God with each other, and every single relationship, every single person that you have ever encountered or will encounter in this lifetime is not there by accident. Your soul handpicked your parents, your partners, your siblings, all of it, so it can experience life and the lessons it was wanting to know in order to grow and evolve. Now, with this in mind, I want to all introduce you to a method that I like to use with every single person in my life. I call this the door method. I teach this to my clients as well, and it goes a little something like this. With every single person in my life, I sit in silence and I ask myself, What are you here to teach me? And what I have found is that with every single person in my life, the good and the bad, they have all acted as a mechanism towards allowing me to understand greater truths about myself that I would not have been able to uncover had they not brought the keys to unlock that door. And the beauty of seeing people as doors is that you begin to understand the old saying, when God closes a door, he opens a new one. And you begin to understand that the people in our lives and the times with them were never so much about them at all, but just about ways to unlock a deeper aspect of ourselves. And that leads me to my next point. There is never any relationship that is more important than the one that we have with ourselves. And even further, it's about the relationship we have with the deeper aspect of ourselves, which is, again, unconditional love. You see, everything in our external reality is just a reflection of our inner landscape. And when you see the Creator, which is unconditional love in yourself, you begin to see other people as unconditional love, and that the same spark of divinity you found hiding within yourself also lies within everybody else, and it's what unites us all together. You see past the drug addiction, the lies, the pain someone has caused you, or whatever unique circumstance you may be in with another. And you see that through it all, there is just unconditional love in its purest form. It's just hiding underneath someone who is yet to figure out that past the mask they put on every day is just unconditional love incarnated as a human being. And the beauty of finding that spark of unconditional love in yourself is that it does not matter if a door has to close. It does not matter what anyone does to you, for you, or against you. You just get to be. And it's like the chaos of other people in the world diminishes, and you're left like a tree with its roots firmly planted in the ground, just observing it all and knowing who you are at the core level. And the beauty of just being without a care in the world of what others think or do to you or the path that they choose for their own lives is you can allow ourselves the freedom to not only be our unique divine selves, but we can also empower others to do the same when and if they're ready. And in turn, we give them the freedom to live their lives their own accord and give them the power to choose us back. Relationships take effort on both parties' behalves, and they should be an equal energy exchange between two people. And if you have a relationship in your life that is causing you pain right now, or draining you, or even a past relationship that may have ended, but the memories are keeping it alive within your mind, I encourage you to evaluate that relationship and ask yourself honestly, what is the payoff that my ego is getting from keeping this relationship alive? And if you look deep enough, you will find that there is a payoff, whether it be fear of being alone, fear of loss, fear of failure, fear that if you let memories go of somebody, that's it, they're gone forever. Whatever it is, there is a payoff, and it can always be tied to an aspect of control. Let the door close if it must, and appreciate the ones that have stayed open for a while, and the ones that will remain open and give you a fair and equal energy exchange that will last throughout your lifetime. True love is not about possession, it is about freedom. And as I said earlier, we have all come to this planet to learn. And if we continuously cling to people that are either meant to go or to live the path that their unique soul has chosen to take, even if it's a hard path for us to watch them take, we rob them from their dignity of their own free will and the lessons that their soul's blueprint came to learn in this lifetime. And that is, ironically, the most unloving thing we could ever do. Because as much as we would like to think that we're protecting ourselves or others, it actually just holds us hostage to the illusion of control, which was always just a phantom fabricated in our minds to begin with. So I will leave you with this. The next time someone wants to exit your life, the next time someone tries to push their ideals onto you or you try to push them onto another, or make someone conform or choose you back. Or the next time someone in your life hurts you or makes a mistake that causes you pain, I encourage you all to see the person through the eyes of God. Because with God loving glasses on, you see that no mistakes are ever made, but that everything is divinely orchestrated, including the people we meet along our life's journey, in order for us to come back to a place of higher love and a deeper understanding of ourselves. God does not care if you have ever chosen him back. He does not care if you have ever made a mistake because he knows it's part of the human game for you to make them. He does not care if he gave you a lesson and you chose to ignore it and not learn from the lesson. He doesn't even care if you color your hair blue or, quite frankly, what you do. He loves you just the same because he knows that the same essence he is comprised of is also in you. And the beauty is that in this lifetime, we also get to give the same gift of freedom that he gives to us, to other people and the relationships of our lives, if we so willingly choose. And that is all he could ever want for us, is the freedom to be ourselves, which again is just unconditional love in human form. So choose unconditional love. And if someone doesn't choose unconditional love for themselves or doesn't want to give it back to you, just as God would, put a smile on your face and say with an open heart, "That's okay. I choose to love you anyways." As me and my Aunt Debbie would say when we're together, let's let people be people, and let's love them regardless. Unconditional love frees, and it is always the answer. Thank you. Thank you.
Test, test, test. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful talk. Okay, now we're going to have our special music. What a wonderful war with Chase Sanborn on piano and Hope Garcia providing the vocals.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright, blessed day, and the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow look so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow,
Thank you. Hope and Chase. That was beautiful. Okay. Okay, I'd like to ask our two ushers to come forward. Do we have two ushers? Ushers, where are you? You're here somewhere. Okay, we need two ushers. Just anybody. Just okay, Bobby. All right. She's going to grab the bags. There we go. We got our two ushers. All right. Okay. Well, while they're doing that, let's go ahead and read our prosperity prayer. Okay? Here we go. Today, I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to Spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success, and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share that good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence, and my cup runneth over. I exist in limitless possibility. Thank you. Okay. We jumped a little here. Okay. And we should have the how to donate slide come up. And I'd like to ask, once you give your gift, please come forward so we can form our peace circle. In the meantime, I will inform those who are watching on the Facebook or YouTube, if you'd like to donate to the Center for Spiritual Living Visalia, there is www.cslvisalia.org, and on that website you can click on donate, or you can mail a check to CSL Visalia, 117 South Locust, Visalia, California, zip code 93291. So if you give, and go ahead and come on up. We're going to form our peace circle. And once we complete our circle, we're going to read our next slide. Okay. All right. We bless these gifts and give thanks for all the good that they will manifest. And so it is.
Sorry. So we just want to give a word of thanks. I want to thank everyone who had a hand in today's production. We had our production committee that meets on Wednesdays. We have our music ministry. We have our technicians in the booth. We have everyone coming together, and I especially want to give a special thanks for our guest speaker today, Brianna Englert, and we really appreciate everyone who is here. May we just take this time to just bless our day as we go into our rest of our week, hopefully having a fantastic celebration for the weekend, enjoying this holiday that we have coming up, enjoying the rest of the week, and coming together knowing that we have unconditional love because we have God's love in our heart. So keep that present as you go into your week and bless others as best you can through the week until we meet again. And so it is.
Thank you, Gwen. Okay. I think it's time for our peace song.